What if one day you woke up and all the water in the oceans of the world just vanished? What if you went to the beach to take a morning swim only to find yourself stranded on dry land? It sounds like a crazy fantasy scenario, but it's actually been happening across our world for years now, and scientists tell us that it's not going to stop anytime soon. But why is this happening, and what does it mean for the rest of our world? The seemingly endless blue expanse of the world's oceans has always made them seem like a boundless resource. After all, they cover more than 70% of the Earth's surface. But, as we've mentioned before, over the past few decades, humanity has watched in horror as the level of water in the oceans fell drastically, exposing vast stretches of seabed and leaving many species struggling to survive. It's no secret that the world's oceans are in big trouble. Rising temperatures, pollution, overfishing, and ocean acidification are just some of the issues that are threatening the health of our oceans. But there's another problem that's been quietly brewing beneath the surface, quite literally, falling water levels. Now, you might be wondering, how can the water level fall when the ocean is connected to the atmosphere? Is you want the water just going to evaporate and then condense into clouds and then come back down as rain or something? Well, yes, that's part of it. Water evaporates from the ocean faster than it returns by rain, which scientists refer to as the P factor. But the amount of water disappearing into the atmosphere has increased significantly since the Industrial Revolution. Human activity is disrupting the natural water cycle and altering the delicate balance of our planet's climate system. The consequences are already being felt around the world with rising sea levels, more extreme weather events, and disruptions to marine ecosystems. But what happens when the water level falls? You may think that it would simply reveal more land, and that's true. But the effects go far beyond that. When the water recedes, it exposes a whole new set of problems. For instance, entire ecosystems can be thrown into chaos. The rocky intertidal zone, which is exposed to air at low tide, is home to a variety of creatures that have adapted to survive in this harsh environment. But when the water level drops too low or too quickly, these creatures can be wiped out. Sea stars, mussels, and other organisms that rely on the moisted environment can dehydrate and die, and the fish that live in these areas are left stranded in shallow pools, unable to return to deeper water. As the ocean's water level continues to drop, the animals living in the affected regions are faced with a race against time. Some creatures, such as crabs and lobsters, have the ability to burrow and hide in the sand or mud until conditions improve. Others, like sea turtles and shorebirds, must migrate long distances to find new habitats. But not all animals are so lucky. Fish like clownfish, which are adapted to live in coral reef ecosystems, are particularly vulnerable to changes in water levels. As their habitat shrinks, they are forced to compete for limited resources and are more susceptible to predators. The water level dropping also causes a lot of problems for humans. Coastal communities are often the first to feel the effects of falling water levels. As the water recedes, beaches can disappear, leaving coastal towns and cities more vulnerable to storms and erosion. In some cases, entire islands can vanish beneath the waves, forcing people to abandon their homes and seek refuge elsewhere. The economic impact of these changes can be devastating. Coastal communities that rely on tourism and fishing industries can see their livelihoods washed away literally. As the water level falls, so do the profits. So what are the weirdest creatures that are coming out of the oceans as the water level drops? These newly emerged beasts are known as marine debris or marine litter. Marine debris refers to any human-made material that enters the ocean environment and includes items such as plastic, metal, glass, and rubber. This debris can have a significant impact on the health of marine ecosystems and the well-being of the creatures that inhabit them. One of the most common types of marine debris is plastic. Plastic waste, such as discarded fishing nets and plastic bags, can have a devastating impact on sea life. Animals can become entangled in the debris, making it difficult for them to swim or causing injuries. They can also eat pieces of plastic, which can obstruct their digestive system or cause internal injuries. Plastic takes hundreds of years to decompose, and as it breaks down, it releases harmful chemicals into the ocean environment. Another type of marine debris is chemical waste. This can include things like pesticides, fertilizers, and industrial chemicals that are released into the ocean either intentionally or accidentally. These chemicals can have a range of negative impacts on marine life. For example, Pesticides and fertilizers can cause algal blooms which deplete oxygen in the water and kill fish. Industrial chemicals like polychlorinated biphenyls, PC, can accumulate in the tissues of marine organisms and cause a range of health problems. There are also a number of other types of marine debris, including oil and gas, drilling waste, tires, and even lost fishing gear. All of these types of debris can have a negative impact on marine life and the health of our oceans. In addition to the direct impacts of marine debris, there are also broader ecological concerns. The accumulation of debris can alter the physical and chemical properties of the ocean environment, which can have cascading effects on marine ecosystems. For example, the buildup of plastic in the ocean has led to the formation of large patches of debris, including the infamous Great Pacific Garbage Patch. These patches can have a negative impact on the aesthetic value of the ocean and can also disrupt migratory patterns of marine animals. So, as the water level keeps falling, more and more marine debris is being revealed. Some of this debris is harmless, like old shoes or lost fishing nets, but much of it is extremely dangerous, like chemical waste or leaking oil drums. As the water level continues to fall, it's likely that we will see more and more of this debris, which could have devastating consequences for the creatures that live in our oceans. But there is hope. There are a number of organizations and individuals working hard to clean up our oceans and prevent marine debris from entering the water in the first place. By supporting these efforts, we can all help to protect the incredible creatures that share our planet and ensure that they can continue to thrive for generations to come. Even though scientists can't agree on exactly why the water level is falling, they all agree that it's happening and it's going to keep happening for the foreseeable future. So it's up to us to take action and protect the creatures of our oceans from the coming disaster. But what can we do? One of the best things we can do is to raise awareness about the issue. Many people don't realize the severity of the situation, and it's our job to educate them. We need to make sure that they understand the consequences of the falling water level and what it means for the creatures that live in our oceans. We can also support organizations that are working to protect marine life. There are a number of groups doing amazing work to conserve marine habitats and prevent overfishing. By donating to these groups, we can help them continue their vital work and make a real difference for marine life. We can also make changes in our own lives to reduce our impact on the ocean. We can choose to use less plastic, recycle properly, and avoid buying products that are made from unsustainable sources. Every small change we make will have a positive impact on the health of our oceans. But perhaps most importantly, we need to hold our leaders accountable. The government has a responsibility to protect the environment and ensure the sustainability of our oceans. We need to make sure that they're redoing everything they can to conserve marine life and prevent the water level from falling any further. The situation is serious, but it's not hopeless. By working together, we can protect the creatures of our oceans and ensure that they can continue to thrive for generations to come. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe for more updates.